Here's our next progression of drills teaching the press motor technique. We will begin reviewing some key points, and then we will review some drills that you can still work during this set of drills.
Talk about our man-to-man coverage. We work on stance, but there's 4 key factors we work on. Okay, those 4 key factors are feet, hips, hands, eyes. The first part of feet is our slide step. The second part is our hips. We want to step and replace so we can keep our hips top of the receiver as long as possible. The next one is hands. We're working on offhand jam. Working on feet, hips, and hands here. Feet, hips, hands. Stay. Go. Boom. There we go. Good. When we jam, we want to use the hand opposite of the wide receiver's release so that our hips can open. The aiming point of the offhand jam should be the near number with the palm of the hand.
Here is a drill review, just another drill to work on your motor shuffle. This next slide shows some key points when working your motor shuffle. Remember, your motor shuffle is after you've motored back and then the receiver is gone with the outside or inside release, and my hips are now opened at a 45-degree angle. The big thing about this is we don't want to just turn and run right now. We want to motor shuffle. This slide is calling it kick step, but we will call it motor shuffle. Again, we're starting off with just a motor shuffle there, and then we're getting into the 45-degree shuffle. Just starting off mimicking the receiver taking off on an outside release. Remember, as we open up at the 45 to get into our motor shuffle, we want to keep our eyes down on the inside hip of the receiver. Here is another drill review. It's just a drill of being able to motor shuffle at a 45, then flipping our hips at a 45 in another direction. Again, making sure we're chewing the inside hip of that receiver. As you can see, these DBs doing that, concentrating on the inside hip as I flip my hips. Here is the same drill, now just throwing the offhand jam into it.
We have contact with our guy, and the receiver tries to undercut us. What we want to do is offhand jam or counter hip. Okay, we want to replace. We stab, now replace with the other hand. Okay, here we go. Set, go. Boom, replace. Good, very good. Set, go. Boom, good. Replacement. The big thing about offhand jam, we want to make sure that we stay on top of our receiver. Set, go. Boom, boom. Stand square, no hands, we're good as long as we stay on top.
We are now into our next progression of our press motor coverage. This is now mimicking as the receiver is taking an outside release. I now have to trail the hip, chew the hip, keeping my eyes down on the inside hip.
Okay, so what I want you guys doing now is we're just working hip to hip, okay? We'll work this way. We got the offense here, we got the defense here, and you're running this way. We're just on the run here. We're working on good, and we want to steady that hip, right? We'll break on the next one, but almost just touching his hip right there. Touching his hip, having pressure, going straight down. Okay, get that hip position, heads up, Chris. Set, go. Just hip position right there. Good. Okay, good. Start from a little bit behind now, Q. You're going to start from behind, and you're going to do our catch-up deal. We're going to slightly grab the wrist. Catch up. Catch up, okay? From behind, get into that hip position. There you go. Sit, go. Catch up, catch up. Good, good, good. Right there, squeezing. Good.
Now as we trail, the receiver will sink their hips, mimicking them coming off a break. When their hips sink, our hips have to sink. Again, keeping our eyes down on the inside hip. You want to mimic the route of the receiver. Your hips should sink lower than the receiver's.
Go. Slow, slow. Sink. Good. Good. Good pad level. Good. There you go. Good. Just come on back with it. Come on back with it. There you go. Say it. Go. Boom. See it. Good. See it. Good. See it. Good. Very good.
Now, not only will we match his hips and sink, but now we will break when he breaks to match the break. Again, your hips need to be sinking lower than the receiver's. Also, this is now incorporating some T-step into it.
Okay. When we break on this hill, same thing. Same thing. We want to get to that hip position. So we're here. We're staying hands on the hip. Boom. We're here, and then we're right here on this hip. We're not going to undercut the hip right now. And then he's up. Same position. Boom. Boom. Match him. Boom. Right here on the hip. Up. Up. Out. Up. Out. See it? Go. Good. There you go. Good. I like that. Good. 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 Boom. Good. Right there. Good. 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 Very good. Nice job.
Now we will work a drill that'll help us teach us how to squeeze the fade and widen out the receiver.
Or either throw a back shoulder or go. Now we want to be able to play the ball just like what we just worked on, okay? There you go. Sit. Go. Good. Squeeze it. X. That was going to make it, right? Good. Now it's on your movement. It's on the receiver's movement, Gabe. You got to use all that stuff. Catch up and go. Good. Very good. When you get hit.
Now we will work a drill that will help us play the ball when we're beat. Okay, remember again, we always want to get our head back to play the ball, but at certain times we cannot do that because we're beat. So here's a drill that you can work. It's called playing the hands. I like to say playing the wrists.
In the hands. So we're getting hip position, eyes back, hands out, coming up through the hands. So if it's and we're reading his shoulders are square. You're looking back this way for the ball, Chris. Looking back that way for the ball. His shoulders are square, coming up through the hands, right here. Head back this way, okay? That's all we're working, going down. Say it, go. Boom, there you go, good. Come back with the same thing. Come back with the same thing, heads up, get west. Come back with it again. Say it, go. Boom, good, good, and squeezing it. Okay, now we're doing it, shoulders open. Shoulders open, good. Underthrown ball or back shoulder, okay? Okay? And I want you breaking up his hands, Wes. That, and then he's going to break open. Good. Here we go. Say it. Go. Good. Very good. Good. Very good. Coming back with it. I like that. Very good job. Coming back with it. Good. Very good. His shoulder opens, our shoulder opens. You're going to have the ball.
Now we're going to put it all together. At this last part of drills, if you could find someone to throw the ball and a receiver, you're going to need that to do these.
Out of order, but what we're going to teach next, the next phase of it is when you play bump, when you play press, when you're in a receiver's face, the offensive coaches always look at it and say, hey, we can beat you on the fade ball. So I moved from the release to the outside release fade. Couple of things important. Same thing. The receiver, you're going to motor out. He's going to release outside. Come on with me, coach, real quick. That's the ball's inside. I'm going to open up right here. He opens up outside. I'm going to turn here, and my eyes are down. As I start to run with him, as I start to run and we're even, once I get in this position, once I know that the ball, and he's on a fade course, his hips stay in the same mode. His hips don't drop. You'll understand hip drop in a few minutes. The key here is to shoot your arm through and leg through and get your eyes on the quarterback and lean and press, and you become the wide receiver. I always tell our guys this. We've got every right to the ball, and if our head is turned back, then they'll always have the opportunity to get.
Next, the coach will cover some key points if you're getting beat.
Good picture. Because you say, what happens on a takeoff route? Ball's in here. He's released outside. Poor motor. If he's even, he's usually leaving. So what do? He's running away from the free safety. So what has to happen is, I tell our guys that when you're beat, you keep running until you can put your hand on him. Now, this guy has great speed. After you can put your hand on him, you get your head back as quick as possible, and you become the wide receiver. That's why the ball drills are so important. You become the wide receiver, and you lean toward the boundary, and if you lean toward the boundary, most wideouts won't catch the ball. But here's an example. Now, let's say that he stays in that position. We'll run toward the screen. Quarterback's back here. If I'm lost, and as he reaches for the ball, I just want to play right through his hand. I want to play right through his hand and turn one away. So if I can get in position to touch him, shoot it, run, and lean, head back. If I can't, and I'm catching up, as he reaches out, you play through his hands. You play through his hands, see if he can catch you with one arm. See if he can catch.
Here's some key points when playing the outside release and some examples of them playing the fade. Again, we always start teaching the fade first. Those are the two concepts that I want you to work on. So fade first, and then we'll work fade comeback. So really, if you can find a quarterback and a receiver, and right now let's just work fade and comeback. So just showing some examples of DBs here from Iowa State playing the fade using the motor technique. So again, start with fade, then we'll show some clips about the comeback, and then after that, you can put them, both together. You heard this before, but here's just another review on reading the hip and playing the comebacks.
If a receiver is running forward and he's released on a route, the hip stay the same. As a receiver is going to make his break, whether it's an out, whether it's a curl, whether it's a comeback, whether it's a dig, as he's sprinting, the hips have to drop. So the next thing after the fade ball is teaching a young man that when the hips drop, the key to playing this coverage, the key to being able to be talented enough to be a great cornerback or to be a great DB to play bump and run is to understand that when the hips drop, how quick can you stop? So we talked about the shuffle drill, planting off the outside foot. Okay? We talked about the mirror release, motor, mirror, release. You're running with and you got the fade stop. What's going to happen when the receiver drops the hips down, and is he going to turn inside or out? So what?
Again, after you've worked the fade, come back and work the comeback. Most teams that we play, these are going to be the top two combination routes that teams will run off our type of coverage. So once we've, learned the motor, we've learned the motor shuffle with the offhand jam, we've learned how to chew the hip, read the hip, sync our hips when their hips sync, and we've worked T-step and all that. So this is how you put everything together, all the drills we've done, and all the key points these coaches have shown you. Again, we'll start with the fade, go into the comeback.